Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So you're going to be working on a 2-point perspective treehouse. This is an unfinished version of it. We're going to be working on a smaller scale than I have been in past years, just because I think that this will be a little easier for you. So you will be creating a form. The form you'll be creating today is a cube, and we're really dealing with space. We're making it look like there's more space in our picture than there actually. Here are some of the words that you're going to hear me say pretty often when we're doing this project. Vanishing point, where everything disappears. Horizon line, where the sky touches the ground. Horizontal, moves side to side, like the horizon line. And vertical, which moves up and down. This is one of the hardest and most intense projects that we will do all year long. This treehouse in particular is modeled after Frank Lloyd Wright's modern style of architecture. All right, so we're going to be holding our paper portrait the tall way, and you should already have your name on the back in a corner with whatever letter you have for your day for art. We're going to start with our ruler, and we're going to find about the middle. And about the middle, you're going to use the edge of the ruler and the edge of the paper, and you're going to make a nice horizontal line as your horizon line. Now I'm going to say this 1,000 times. Draw light until you've got it right. At the very end of that line, you're going to put teeny tiny little dots, and those will be your 2 vanishing points, because this is 2-point perspective. So now we're going to do the corner of the tree house of this first bottom cube. So the line we're going to draw is this one. You want to keep it like 2 really good fingers away from the top of the paper. That way you have room for another cube and you have room for the roof. So let's see, using the top of my paper and the top of the ruler, which is the guaranteed trick for a perfectly vertical line, you're going to make a vertical line, find the middle somewhere, leaving about 2 finger spaces from the top. And should be about that long. That's probably the length of your pointer finger. Now, we're gonna start making the sides of the first cube. Here's the deal. You're gonna erase half of this line. So you really need to draw super light. You're gonna put your pencil at the top of the line, and you're gonna angle your ruler so that it touches the vanishing point. This is not touches, and neither is this. You need to go right through it and draw all the way to that vanishing point. Do the same thing from the bottom. Put your pencil on the bottom of the line, put your ruler on it, aim your ruler for the vanishing point, and try to hit the same exact spot. Draw light. Okay, that's one side. Now we do the same exact thing on the other side, from the top of this line to the vanishing point, from the bottom of this line to the vanishing point. Now it's time to determine how big on each side your cube is going to be. One side of my cube is much longer than the other side, and that's okay. So now, using the top of the ruler and the top of the paper so that I know that I get a perfectly vertical line. You're gonna try to skip this step, and it's gonna look really crooked. So top of the ruler, top of the paper, close the space. Now, the same thing on the other side. Top of the ruler, top of the paper, and close the space. So this is the left side of your box, and this is the right side of your box. And now we're gonna go ahead and get rid of what's left of these lines that's not part of the box. Okay, it's already starting to look like a floating form, so let's finish it off. Here's the part that tends to confuse people. You're gonna go from the bottom of the edge of your wall to the opposite vanishing point. You're going to the right, and you're going to lightly go all the way to the vanishing point. Because we're looking at this from the ground, our tree house is above the horizon line, we're also gonna see the bottom of this box. So that's what we're doing now. So do the same on the other side. From the bottom of your right side, you're going to the left vanishing point, just like that. And then you're gonna get rid of what doesn't belong to your box. And now we repeat the steps so that we can make the second box at the top. So on the left side of the box, you're going to aim for the middle, and you're gonna use the top of the paper, top of the ruler, and you're going to go up, leaving a finger space and a half or so at the top. That way you have room for the roof. Okay, repeating the same steps. You're going from the top of the line to the vanishing point on both sides. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. If your line from the top of your corner touches the other box, don't draw through it. Do not go through it. Just stop. That's it. So now you're going to pick somewhere in the middle of this wall and you're going to go all the way to your vanishing point. Ta-da! Now decide where your wall is and how big your box is. Top of the ruler, top of the paper, close the space. Now erase those two. Now again, because we are above the horizon line, we do see the bottom. So now we're going to go from the corner that we just drew to the opposite drawing point. And again, if you bump into the other box, just stop. Don't draw through it. And now the roof. This is going to have a flat, modern style roof instead of your traditional like A-pitched A-frame roof. So we are following exactly the same steps. Using the top of the ruler and the top of the paper, you're going to leave kind of like a little gap, and I'll put this closer so you can see. You're going to leave like a little gap in between the corner and the top, and you're just going to draw a little line. Okay, see that little line? It is exactly the same thing as these. You are going from the top of this line to the vanishing points on both sides. Now, you don't have to draw the whole thing. You do have to make sure that it aims through the vanishing point. That is a must-do. So let's see, I can see through my ruler, so I'm going to go just a little bit past the edge of the roof. From the bottom to meet that line over there. Okay, same on the other side. From the top of this little line to the vanishing point. You don't have to draw all the way to the vanishing point. From the bottom, if it bumps in, just stop. Okay, so now we've got to close the sides of our roof. Top of the paper, top of the ruler, vertical line. Top of the ruler, top of the paper, vertical line. From the bottom of this one, over to the vanishing point. Stop when you bump into the house. Now, get rid of the little extra that doesn't belong. And now it appears that you have this flat panel roof on your little house. Now the part that messes everybody up is the windows and the doors. People think that because they're drawing inside of the cube that it doesn't need to aim for the vanishing point, but that's incorrect. So we're gonna put a window on one side and a door on the other. So I'm gonna put a very big window on my bottom cube, and I'm gonna do that by aiming my ruler for the vanishing point, and inside of the box, I'm gonna draw the line. Same for the bottom of the window. Draw the bottom. Top of the ruler, top of the paper, vertical line. Top of the ruler, top of the paper, vertical line. And then just erase any edges that might be out of place. The door is a little easier. Only the top of the door has to hit the vanishing point. So there's the top of the door, top of the paper, top of the ruler. I cannot say that enough. Top of the paper, top of the ruler. So there's my door. Okay, go ahead and add another window right there on your own. There's your house. And right now it's kind of floating. So we're gonna go ahead and add a tree at the bottom. So I'm gonna make mine with 3 big branches. I use 3 curved lines and then connect them with letter V's. Big letter V. And then kind of come down. You have to come down past the horizon line, but not so far down. You don't have to go to the bottom of the paper. And then you can add some little roots, or you can just kind of leave it that way, or you can add a flower bed. It's totally up to you. And so now you've just got to take care of some of your overlaps. Now, here comes the really creative part. How are you going to get up to this treehouse? I have seen really fabulous things in past years. I'm not going to name them because I don't want you to use any of them. I want you to come up with your own way to get all the way up to this treehouse. Then I want you to add your own personal details. Tell me where you are. What's in the background? What does your landscape look like? Are you in the mountains? Are you by the beach? Are you in a very busy city backyard? Where are you? So draw all of your details. Don't forget to tell me what time of day it is. I'm going to use night. We're going to use the thin Sharpie to trace this all out.